Okay, so I was just talking to a preview. That's okay, anyways. So what's up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubers? Things here. This is Danny Griner for the Grinders Verdict podcast, and I'm doing this live stream just essentially to I don't know, just like get a few things off my chest and things. Number one is I fucking hate my ISP so much. Like I actually legitimately horribly with pure hatred hate my ISP because they just like I've been trying so hard. I have been trying to get decent internet connection so that I can actually essentially start doing more things, doing live streams. You know, I love live streaming. Live streaming is such a good way to like spread information and raise awareness and share things and do this, man. Essentially like live podcasting. It's fucking great. You can stay here, you can talk to people, you can even bring people over and people can participate, which is something that a lot of people like to do, and I think a lot of people crave to participate. But obviously when you don't have numbers, people don't really like to participate because there's no one to really check anything. But I do legitimately believe that a lot of people want to participate and a lot of people want to be part of the things that they listen to and they like. It's just like when you watch that old TV show and you watch that thing and you wanted to be part of it. I remember watching the Power Rangers and I wanted to be the Power Ranger or one of the Power Rangers. I remember watching Dragon Ball and I wanted to be one of the characters in the series. There's those TV shows with like the Wheel of Fortune or whatever the hell, and it's like people want to be in that shit. And essentially, when you see things on TV, and it's the exact same thing with YouTube and the internet nowadays. It's just that the reach is really difficult because, well, the reach is there. It's just difficult because people start to understand that there's a lot of trolls that can pass as decent people, and they can pass as like people that could be legitimate, cool individuals to interview, but turns out they're just fucking trolls trying to ruin your day, trying to ruin your fucking life and shit like that. And yeah, so that's why a lot of people are very doubtful, and a lot of people are very, they always put a step back, or they always take a step back rather, before inviting someone or having someone over. And I can't really blame them. I mean, it's the it's the bad people's fault. So yeah, I've been struggling with the fucking ISP. I really wish I had decent internet connection so that I can do this properly. I really wish I could do this more often, and I wish I could do it on Twitch as well, so that essentially I could have, more capabilities. And I wish I could do live streaming of video games and watching YouTube videos with full HD quality and anyways, all kinds of shit. But yeah, I think it would be a great thing for me because I'm lonely as fuck right now. And this is kind of one of those things that I don't tend to talk much about this because it's kind of like a private thing, and I don't want to aggressive, if you will, but I essentially just I want to bring people's days up with my videos. I don't want to be bringing people down with the shit I'm making. Not videos, my podcasts, but essentially I don't want to be bringing people down with my shit. And there's one difference between raising awareness and talking about the reality and talking about painful truth and just, rambling about my life and how shitty things are and kind of, that kind of shit. But yeah, man, I'm lonely as fuck. I mean, ever since my best friend passed away, I mean, it's been lonely as fuck. I've tried to invite people over from the group of friends that I used to have, but they just, I've invited them like 5 times already, and I don't think I'm gonna invite them the sixth time. I mean, if they were not interested in the previous 5 times, they're not going to be interested in the sixth time. That's just the way it goes. And I even went out of my way because usually I only ask once. You know, usually I only ask once, and that's it. I don't ask again. You know, I just simply fucking ignore it. And hey, you aren't interested? Then, well, shit, man. Such is life. You know, such is life. You know, you don't have to be interested in coming over to my place. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, and not having like a reliable source of income, not having money to get out of here, being stuck here, and having such difficult to find a job because of my anxiety and because of my looks. And it's just like, I also don't want to work for pieces of shit, which is the majority of the fucking entrepreneurs nowadays, man. It's just a bunch of fucking psychopaths that have zero regards to their fucking employees. All they care about is the fucking money that comes from that shit. And it's just, yeah, I don't want to work for pieces of shit like that. I want to be my own boss. I want to be the person that dictates what I do. I want to be the person that controls what I do. I want to be the person that says, "Hey, you know what? Let's wake up and let's work on this." And that's the person I want to be. I do not want to be with those fucking trash can motherfuckers out there. You know what I mean? Who just care about profit and nothing else. I don't. I just don't. I don't because I hate them. And if you, yeah, sure, okay, fine, whatever. And then it's a month, like, it's not a month, but like 2 weeks later when I needed the internship to take off. And this would be fantastic because, I mean, this was literally in my place, in my town. So I would buy a bike or just go by foot, but it would be more viable to buy a bike. I would buy a bike, take the bike to the job, okay, internship, whatever the fuck, and it would be a little bit of exercise that I would do along with the job because it would be electricity and shit like that, so it'd be pretty demanding physically. But along with the job, I would be doing some little bit of exercise, going to the job, and then coming back home every single day for like a month. And I mean, it would be great. It would be great. And because I would stay here in my town, you know, I could eat at home. So I could essentially go to the job, then come back home, have lunch, and then go back to the job. And I mean, it's just one of those things, man. It would be so fucking great. But that fucking dumbass, this stupid fucking piece of shit of a pig, essentially just ignored the calls of the responsible for dealing with my internship, and she said he was afraid of talking to women. Which is funny as fuck. And then I started making fun of that shit because, I mean, she was a woman, and a woman's telling a dude is afraid to talk to women. That's quite something. So, you know, it was pretty funny to just mock that piece of shit. Because technically you ruined my life in a sense, you know. What happened is because I had to leave my house and my town and take buses and wait for buses, I started drinking a lot more. I started essentially, you know, spending a lot more money on booze, on cigarettes, and instead of just being home and as soon as you get off the job, you come back home and that's it. Or hey, you might even go for one beer or two with you know the mates from the job, with the coworkers, or you know maybe just go by yourself or whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter, but you just go for a few drinks and that's it. Then you come back home, you relax, you watch some television, you watch some videos, you play some video games, whatever the fuck you want to do. And that's essentially what I wanted to do. That's essentially what I wanted to happen. But it did not happen. It was really bad. It was really bad. It kind of fucked up my life in the sense, again, because I kept drinking and I kept smoking and all kinds of shit. But then my best friend passed away, which, you know, was like it's the worst thing that could happen. Especially in the time that it happened too. It's really fucking bad. because yeah, he was being a very important part in my life, keeping me social and stuff. You know, because I'm really awkward socially. Like I'm so fucking awkward. Like I'm the kind of person that barely look at you in the eyes for like more than 5 seconds, more than 1 second if it's sometimes. Uh, and I'm just that person that needs to look around rather than look at you in the face. Okay, so apparently, listen to this or listens to this. I wish I could keep doing, but OBS literally just disconnected on its own as I'm talking. There's no pictures going on. There's no imagery going on. There's no encoding to do other than the audio, and the fucking thing still disconnects my OBS. So fuck this bullshit. See you on the next one. Keep listening to the podcast. At least that's something that fucking keeps me sane. All right. See you guys on the next.